Welcome to my second video appearance of 2019. The second entry to the PMDB 2019 series. I thought I'd talk about Hulk Hogan. I watched Monday Night Raw last night for the first time in forever. First time I've stayed up to actually watch it live, or as good as live. And I thought Hulk Hogan stole the show. Just the wrestlers from the Golden Era, the Attitude Era, in between, are just, in my opinion, made from a different cloth to today's stars. Jessica R., how are you? Good to see you in here. Welcome to talking about or reacting to Hulk Hogan appearing on WWE Raw last night and a general chat in general. Glad you're doing good, Jessica. You up to much? Thank you for popping in once again. I've also got up WWE's YouTube channel page, and despite Hulk Hogan being like 10 years or more, 15 years, say, way past his prime, his name, his drawing power just blows away all the regular active wrestlers. The only two segments that got more YouTube video views than Hogan's segment was John Cena, who's, been WWE's poster boy since 2005, and Brock Lesnar, who's, made a name for himself in WWE and UFC, a big star. And of course, they're both part-time too. So let's have a look at the numbers here. This is just a chat about Hulk Hogan from last night's Raw I wanted to talk about, and just a general chat in general. So I watched it, and the first segment was this really fake-looking brawl between Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley. It looked fake, so fake. It only got 489,000 views. John Cena, his promo segment following it, blew that away with 720k views. 6 thumbs up. Very much appreciate that. I watched the start of his promo, and out came the Scottish Psycho, as they call him, Drew McIntyre. I've never been a big fan of John Cena. Hold on, please. Okay, I can hold on. I'll be here about an hour and a half, say. I've never been a big fan of Big Match John. In fact, before waiting for Raw to come on, I watched the segment the wrestling fans were talking about Becky Lynch and John Cena. Is that what we call a good segment these days? I thought it was. What happened during that segment? John Cena, she introduced herself as the man. John Cena called her the man. What else was mentioned in that segment? I like Becky Lynch. God, I like John Cena more than most of the regular other talents out there. Even though I've never been a big fan of his either. It's just the WWE and wrestling in general so poor at the moment. It's kind of easy being the best when it's the standards is that low. And I like Becky Lynch. I don't love her. I like her. Well, I thought that segment, there was nothing in it. She came out, got a mediocre cheer from the crowd. I mean, when Steve Austin came out to whoop William Regal's ass in 2000 on his birthday, December 18th to be exact. He got a major pop. Now that's a superstar that's over. Yeah, I've been rewatching old Steve Austin classic clips from the Attitude Era when 6 million more people used to tune in. You know, remember that times? And then there's all this Vince Russo bashing out there going on within the wrestling community, the wrestling bubble. 6 million more viewers than today. Vince Russo for life, I say. The only wrestling shows I watch really, or wrestling related shows really I watch these days is from Vince Russo. I just think he speaks a lot of sense. So let's look at these numbers. You know, next up was a match between Cena, Rollins, Finn Balor versus Ambrose, McIntyre, and Lashley. Only 661k views. And Hogan's one, it got 661k views. And that outdid the revival match. Elias blew away those two segments. More views than Elias versus Corbin. And Apollo Crews match. And the segment involving Ronda Rousey. Hardly anybody in comparison to these segments watched Sasha Banks backstage with Bayley. Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax got 441k views. Apollo Crews segment got 41,000k views. Not many watching compared to the other segments. Seth Rollins, another segment with him, 143k views. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, 617k views. All these segments from Raw. And the only two segments that outdid or got more views than Hogan's segment, who, you know, hasn't been wrestling in years. He's been, even though I love him, he's been way out his prime for years. He still drew in more viewers than every single one of the regulars on Raw. There's something that, just to me, it's just more proof that today's wrestling is just not, they're not creating great stars. The only segments that beat the Hogan segment was involving Brock Lesnar and John Cena. None of the regulars, none of the full-time performers brought in more viewership, including the segment with Ronda Rousey, brought in more viewership than Hogan. You love Sasha Banks. I'm humming and haying whether to watch. I probably will watch the Royal Rumble. I can't stand today's WWE product. That'll probably be the last time I ever watch Raw. I just watched it for Hogan. And I see Sasha Banks is wrestling Ronda Rousey at the Rumble. So I probably will watch, and I think that should be a damn good match. I like Sasha Banks. The matches I've seen with her and Charlotte have been pretty damn impressive. I've been impressed by Sasha Banks. But even for the WWE product, in my eyes, is so poor, and wrestling in general so poor these days. I still love the Royal Rumble match concept, and probably will watch the Rumble, but I don't think I'll watch Raw again. I mean, the segments and other stuff I did see from Raw were just really. And there's a segment I missed. It was with Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. Love Brock Lesnar. Well, like, Braun Strowman's okay. He's better than most there, regular ones there. Apparently, there was an awkward moment where he forgot his lines or something like that. And then I watched some of the or our reaction to Hogan being back. The haters of Hogan admitted that he did a good promo, but want to pay off back to wherever Hogan lives. We won't be talking about fake wrestling today without Hulk Hogan. We forgave. I love Steve Austin, but to me, he done a lot worse in the past. 2002, beat up his wife. 6 months later, he got the biggest pop of his career, perhaps at No Way Out 2003. We forgave Steve Austin. I forgave Steve Austin. Why can't I don't get it? It's the whole double standards thing, and Hulk Hogan is not the only wrestler that's said racist remarks in the past. That is BS. Absolute BS. He was made a scapegoat, and I think, hey Gemma, I think other wrestlers in the past have said and done a lot worse, including my beloved Steve Austin. And I watched Welcome Back Home, Gemma. I watched Raw for Hogan last night, and judging by the YouTube views, so did a lot of other people that haven't watched wrestling in years. Hogan's one of the most viewed videos from the Raw segments. We've got Jessica R here. Oh, nice. What did you have, Gemma? Is it just me reacting to Hulk Hogan's appearance on Raw last night and just a chat in general? But to me, Hogan stole the show, and the numbers don't lie. I don't get some of the other wrestling. They've got such double standards out there. Some of the wrestling fans, I don't get them. I don't understand them. Some of them. And it's also not like Hulk Hogan's the only one that's ever made racist remarks in the past. That's just simply not true. Ric Flair's been alleged. Andre the Giant, there's wrestling stories out there that Andre the Giant made numerous racist remarks. And there's a lot of other wrestlers that beat up their wives, like I mentioned. And then done a lot worse than Hogan's ever done. So if we can forgive these wrestlers, why can't we? I just don't understand why we can't forgive Hulk Hogan. If you can't forgive him, then how on earth can you forgive Steve Austin and others? So I'm saying if you're going to hold on to this hatred for Hogan, then don't have the double standards. But I personally forgave Austin, forgave Hogan, and I've moved on. Absolutely, and it was great to see him. Personally, it was great to see him back last night. There was a Hogan chance. I was happy to see that. That was fun, and there was cheers. In fact, he was more. I think he got a bigger pop than Becky Lynch did the other week. And Becky Lynch was supposed to be the hottest star. She's supposed to be the man of WWE these days, and Hogan got a bigger pop, despite his, critics out there. He got a bigger pop than Becky Lynch. And it's just the double standards, Gemma, kills me. Like the oldest hating in Hogan for mistakes he's made in the past, but yet they let other wrestlers off with whatever. Steve Austin got the biggest cheer of his life several months after he came back from domestic abuse case. He got the biggest cheer I've ever seen anybody get. Montreal, Canada. So the double standards are very real. Anyways, I think I've said all I need to say. I enjoyed Hogan being back. I thought his tribute to Mean Gene nearly brought a tear to my eye. That was when he started talking about the wrestlers that are no longer here, and was going on about Mean Gene would be making a match between Macho Man and the Warrior, versus Perfect and Piper, and Andre would be the referee, and it's quite scary. From Hogan's era, the golden age of wrestling, the best era of wrestling. It's just scary how many have passed since. It's quite eerie, and that nearly brought a tear to my eye when you started mentioning the Warrior, and I loved them. I loved them. My two favorites were Hogan and the Warrior when I first got into wrestling. Two larger than life characters made WWF so popular. I know, right, Gemma? I was considering turning TeamPaulMichael into a wrestling channel, but never quite got. See, the problem is, Gemma, I can't stand today's WWE. The only reason I was watching last night was for Hulk Hogan, a guy who is like nearly 20 years past his prime, and that was the reason I was watching last night. None of the new wrestlers draw me in. Brock Lesnar's the only one that's I like. He's in my top 10, Brock. The rest of them, I've never been a big John Cena fan. But even I would prefer to watch him compared to some of the regulars. I have no interest in Dean Ambrose, no interest in Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. I wouldn't go across the street to see these guys. I'm sorry. I probably will watch the Royal Rumble. I enjoy the Royal Rumble match concept. Yes, that's true, Jim. Because I've been watching. I was going back and I was watching a couple of classic matches between Steve Austin and William Regal. My goodness, those matches. William Regal was really, really good. Oh, me and Steve Austin, he was the friggin' man. Oh, me. We call Becky Lynch the man now. No, Steve Austin was the man back in the day. He was like legit one of the hottest. He is Hogan, Rock, and Austin, three biggest stars ever. No one else has came close to them three in the WrestleMania era. Nobody has came close. Look how great the Rocks went on in Hollywood. You could do, yeah, I could review news. I was considering reacting to fake wrestling news. It could have been fun because I don't think I could sit through Raw and SmackDown. I think it's very bad television. You only get one life. I don't think I could actually sit through a whole episode of Raw and SmackDown these days because it's so bad. Jamma, it's so bad. And but I was thinking maybe I could react to the news, some news articles, and give my opinion. Because there's a lot of bias opinions out there. There's a lot of Vince Russo hate out there. I don't get it. He made wrestling popular again. Yeah, underline Gemma used to watch. 6 million people used to watch wrestling. Struggles to get 2 million viewers these days. That's pretty bad. And one of their most viewed videos on YouTube of yesterday was Hulk Hogan's video. It sums it up. It sums it up. You would watch if I did turn TeamPaulMichael say into a wrestling themed YouTube channel, you'd be on board, Gemma. Could cause a stir in the WWE universe, the little wrestling community. I'm not a fan of cultaholic or woke culture wrestling. I think they're too PC correct. In fact, there was another. It was Simon from Woke Culture did a video on the ups and downs of Shawn Michaels' career. I'm glad, Gemma. I'm glad. And I never actually watched the video. Just looked at the comments because I knew it'd be garbage. This video. I didn't even watch it. I just looked at the comments, and one of the downs of Shawn Michaels' career was his entrance music, which is one of the most iconic wrestling entrance themes ever. How the hell is that down? That's a major up. I love Shawn Michaels' entrance. Is it not politically correct enough these days, Shawn Michaels' entrance theme? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is it not politically correct to be called the sexy boy? That should have been a major up. So I used to like woke culture and others, but I don't know what's happened. I think they're scared to offend. They've got very safe opinions on wrestling these days, and I think I would offer something different, something a little bit more raw, pun intended. Yes, Shawn Michaels became a born-again Christian in 2002. Jessica R., good to have you still here, Jessica. Much planned for tonight. Pardon me, hiccups. Can't help them, folks. Can't help them. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about with regards to Hogan. Nothing more. I thought the promo was ace. I thought it was very heartfelt, and it nearly brought a tear to my eye. And I can't remember the last time a wrestler did a promo where they brought a tear to my eye. It's been a long time. So, hey, Granny takes a trip. How you doing? Good to see you in here. Welcome to Hogan Steals the Show, my second video and second live one of that this year for 2019. There's been numerous vault entries, but those are just videos with clips from previous years. But last night I went to my first video appearance last night. I thought I'm going to talk about I need to get things off my chest about Hulk Hogan tonight. I think he gets a raw deal with some WWE fans and their double standards in it. I try not to swear, but it really annoys me. It really irks me. If you have, it's like, okay, if you can't forgive Hulk Hogan, how on earth can you forgive Steve Austin? How on earth can you forgive Ric Flair? Because he's been alleged to have been racist in the past too. So if you can't forgive Hogan, how can you forgive all these other wrestlers? There's like all our wrestling sites out there, channels out there, every time I mention Hogan, it's racist Hogan. Anytime I mention Steve Austin, it's just Steve Austin. It's never wife beater Steve Austin. It's the double standards. I can't tolerate the double standards anymore. I forgive Austin and Hogan personally, and I've moved on because we all make friggin' mistakes in life. Each and every single one of us has made a big boo boo in life. Anybody that says they haven't made a mistake in life is lying and is not a real person. I've made plenty of mistakes. Made mistakes this week, this year already. I think it's best to learn from them. Hi, Murad, how are you? Learn from them and move on and evolve, I don't think tonight going live was a mistake. I think I was needing to get my stuff off my chest about Hogan. And because I don't watch a lot of wrestling these days, but even when I do watch wrestling, I'm probably going to do a reaction video to it, give my thoughts, and I probably will watch the Royal Rumble, and Nadut will have an opinion on it, so, and perhaps there'll be a live reaction to it. Jessica R. was mentioning earlier, she likes Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks will be wrestling Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble. It's Brock against Braun, and two, not one, but two Royal Rumble matches, the women's and the men's. I didn't think particularly. I thought the women's Royal Rumble match, if I'm being honest, was not good at all. I thought the men's one wasn't that. I've seen much better Royal Rumbles. It's actually 20 years since one of my favorites. It gets bashed a lot these days by today's wrestling marks because it was Vince Russo all over it. I thought it was one of the best Royal Rumbles ever and one of the best entertaining ones. 999 Royal Rumble, No Chance in Hell, featured hello. Hello, Mr. Khan. Featured Steve Austin #1 and Vince McMahon #2. That was one of the funniest, most entertaining Royal Rumble matches ever, in my opinion. It had a bit of everything in it. There's never a dull moment in that Rumble match. And the chemistry between Vince and Austin, that was the best storyline ever. That was the best feud ever. Just unmissable TV it was back then. That has Dean Ambrose in your profile picture. Welcome. Any new viewers, welcome. I'm a very irrelevant Scottish YouTuber from Scotland, funnily enough. Check out my channel trailer if you want to see how random I can be and what I'm all about. For my lazy live streams, as I call them, usually there's not a theme. Today there's a little bit of a theme, reacting to Hogan's appearance on Raw. But usually I just simply interact with the chat. And I'll stay on here another 30 minutes or so, an hour, 30 minutes tops, then I'll wrap this up. We can talk about wrestling still if you want. There's a bit of a wrestling theme going. The title's Hogan Steals the Show. Or we can talk about anything you want. As long as it won't get me in trouble on YouTube or Hey Stephanie. How are you? Great to see you in here. How are you doing? Hey, oh. Just another. Well, there was a bit of a theme. We're talking about Hulk Hogan. I'm good, just working on some schoolwork before my. We're going on a cruise. Nice one. It was good to have seen you about recently in other people's live streams. So it's good to see you about. I think I discovered you through Jeanette's live stream ages ago. So very good, great to see you here, Stephanie. She says, "Hi, Jessica. How are you?" Jessica's you're becoming one of my regulars, Jessica. I appreciate it. So yes, that's all I've got to say on Hulk Hogan, really. For those joining me late, if you want to see my thoughts on the Hogan appearance on Raw, check the start of the video. I discuss him and what I think of today's WWE product. Also, I might start talking about this All Elite Wrestling organization developing. Might get into that in a wee bit. Yeah, Jeanette's awesome. I've met a few people through Jeanette. I'm not sure if she was live today, but it's good when I catch her. I sometimes catch Chris live too. Jessica says she's fine. What is that? You've got a new profile picture, Jessica. You've changed your profile picture. How's your YouTube channel coming along, Stephanie? Well, this is only my second actual video appearance of the year, second live one of the year so far. I did do 225 live videos last year. I'm not aiming to break that record. I am going to try and go with a less is more, Roger Moore approach this year in regards to YouTube. But I just felt like I needed to get things off my chest about because I've still got a passion for wrestling deep down, even though I think today's WWE product sucks. It's dreadful. I could talk about how bad it is all day. From top to bottom, it's absolutely abysmal wrestling today. But Hogan was back after years being away, and I watched it and felt I needed to share my opinions. That's all right, Stephanie. It's also just a general chit chat too. I'm open to discuss anything we can get away with on here. It's coming along. I need to do some more lives myself. Good luck with that, Stephanie. I did my first live of the year the other day working on a painting. There's another guy I watch, he goes by the name RC on here, Conklin. He does a few live streams where he paints a lot. Pretty damn relaxing live streams, I find, those types. And it's good to admire some, because art, unfortunately, and music and a lot of other talents bypass my life. But it's good to watch others, share their talent, share their art on YouTube, especially live. So I think that's a great idea. So good luck with that, Stephanie. There's going to be no more commercial breaks anymore. I'm just going to have the one cup of tea. There'll be no moments where I'm going to make tea during lives anymore. All my attention is on news law. I need to get more comfortable talking during my streams. It's hard when you don't have any. Yes, it's true. I managed to go 40 minutes one time without anybody in the chat, but that was my limit. Now, you haven't done lives before or made many videos before, talking a lot. I'm with you, it can be extremely difficult just, doing lives without anyone in the chat can be a bit lonely. Sometimes it's hard knowing what time is the right time to go live, or sometimes people don't get the notifications that you're live or don't see that you're live, and it can be a bit lonely and it can get awkward rather quickly. I managed 40 minutes talking to myself basically, but I had to tap out soon after. That was my limit. But the lives this year, no commercial breaks this year, no hours and hours upon hours long live streams this year. Hour and a half max, and I'm done. I'm trying to get in the habit or narrating what I'm doing when I'm working on something. Where are you from, by the way? I'm from Scotland. You're from America, if I remember right. Yeah, maybe rehearse or something before going live, or I don't think there's. You will get better. The more you do it, the more you rehearse, the more you get in the habit of it. You will definitely get better. Yeah, I thought you were from America. Well, Granny takes a trip. I'm subscribed to you in here, so when and if you do, I'll definitely be in there to support you. But I had done 1,004 videos before ever going live. Only jumped on the lazy live stream bandwagon last year after 8 years on YouTube. And despite doing all that videos over the years, it was very nerve-wracking, pretty damn nerve-wracking going live for the first time. And it did look like I was quite confident in the first live video I did. Well, I wasn't. I was nervous, so I can totally get it. Oh, I've missed what Jessica was saying. Wish us luck tomorrow to get an apartment or a house, and I hope I get my own bathroom, and so I could go on my own live stream in my new room. Yeah, nice one. See, I sometimes ramble too much on what someone's said in my chat, and I miss what other people say. You'd think my live stream was extremely busy or something. I believe this is my first video appearance of 2019 in this room. The room where most of the PMDB videos have been made. I think we need someone here. We need someone here. It's time to come down, come out. First 2019 appearance of my Steve Austin Christmas tree card. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome to 2019. since we had a bit of a wrestling theme earlier on. Steve Austin's in the house. He's watching yous in the chat. But yeah, I can totally understand that. Granny takes a trip. The live streams, they have their pluses and they have negatives too. Yeah, exactly. God bless us. Made it to another year. This is my 10th consecutive year on YouTube. It doesn't seem like it was like 9 years ago since 2010 when I first started doing this. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but this is my 10th consecutive year on YouTube doing this. So yeah, I guess you can call me an old tuber now. So I'm open to chat about anything. I think I'm done chatting about wrestling for now. And I'm open to talk about whatever you want to talk about. This is my first year being a creator on YouTube. I can't remember the exact month though. I joined in April, and it wasn't planned. It was just a random day. I uploaded. I couldn't get a video on Facebook, so I joined. I'd watched YouTube before, but I'd never been a member of YouTube. I joined. And the first day I joined, I uploaded 2 videos. One I couldn't get onto Facebook, and the rest is, like to say, history. Yeah, you're a very young baby. Baby career. But it feels like you've been on here longer because I've known of you. Feels like I've known of you longer, Stephanie. And I just wish people good luck with their YouTube experience. It has its pluses, has its negatives, and just be you, be yourself, show the world your best self. Try not to be someone you're not, because that really doesn't work. I tried doing that at the start to get views, so I didn't find myself all that interesting. I tried to be someone I wasn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. People see through it. And also, if I don't know enough information about a specific topic or a specific person, I stay away from it because I don't pretend to be an expert on things I don't know much about either. That's why I haven't done much film reviews over the years, because I don't watch a lot of films. And the ones I do watch, I'm not totally obsessed with them. I think I'm doing pretty good for 6 months. I have 300 something following it. I think that's damn good, Stephanie. I just want to keep sharing my art. Keep sharing your art, and I think that's pretty impressive. 300 so far, Stephanie. I think you'll get, just continue doing what you're doing, sharing your art. I think you will continue to get more and more. You'll meet others within the art community on here. So yeah, keep going. Got my small heater on. Switch it off. I'm thinking about making my own horror movie. I do spill, Jessica. I do enjoy some horror films. Can you give any spoilers what perhaps would be about? Stephanie's right in there, says do it. I say do it too. I think you mentioned before, Jessica, that you were going to make a video. Did you get around to making that video? If so, how did it go? Can't believe my fleece hasn't appeared in the video this year yet. Shocking, shocking. I was watching someone yesterday, her name escapes me, it was their first live. And she was wearing just this gorgeous, you know what I'm like with fleeces. Love them. Me and my fleece fetish. But anyway, I couldn't help myself. It's like, I love your our fleece or something like that. I just couldn't help myself. I couldn't just say, hey, it's a good live stream. No, I had to comment on the fleece she was wearing. Couldn't help myself. I think she appreciated my comments. Hope she didn't think I was taking the pee. I love fleeces. I'm surprised my one hasn't made an appearance in the video this year yet. Second video in, still no. I'm fleeceless again. What? My infamous red hat hasn't appeared either. I think I will try and. Sometimes it blurts out my political opinion blurts out. I love Alex Jones. See, I just blurted out right there. Did I say someone's name there? Steve, did I say someone's name there? See, my political opinion does blur out sometimes, but I'm going to try my best to not blurt out my political opinion so much. It's difficult. It really is difficult. Ah, that's funny. I always think it's fun when people notice something aside from the main focus of the video, Stephanie says. Yeah, oh, she was great. I've told her her name escapes me, but I left her a comment on one of her first videos she did. I was blown away by her personality. She is legit. I'm just gonna say it. She's the best. All the years I've watched YouTube, all the years I've been on YouTube, I've never seen someone oozing so much personality. And she seems to be a fleece lover like myself. So yeah, there's just and then there was it was kind of eerie. It was like I was looking in the mirror like my female twin or something. It was kind of I was speaking. I won't mention names, but I was speaking with someone about it who was watching her too, and we're like, that's a female person. That's you. It was fun. It was good. It was like my God, I was like watching myself. A louder version of myself and a female version of myself. It was really funny actually. Um, I'm not sure how to react to that, Jessica. Good luck with this horror film. Good luck. You're starting to remind me of somebody else on here. Good luck. Best of luck. What project did you start, Stephanie? Appreciate the likes, folks. My crooked thumbs. Very much appreciate that. Hello, if it fits, it bakes. How you doing? I'm going to be painting. I can't pronounce words. Tarot cards. That's different. I've never not heard. Hello, Amanda. How you doing? I've not heard of painting like that before. Wonderful surprise. I'm glad it was a wonderful surprise. I'm doing pretty damn good, Amanda. How are you? You're 4'9", Jessica. Is anybody else going to be appearing in this horror movie you're creating? We're just working on next week's videos a little bit, thumbnails, and you sound very professional. If it fits, it bakes rather. I spend about 5 seconds putting together a thumbnail, paint, basic background, basic title. Can you tell I don't take this seriously? But it's refreshing. It's nice to see professional YouTubers on here. What are you up to, Amanda? I appreciate the comments you've been leaving my non-live videos. Really appreciate the support. It's been good to see you and Stephanie and other people's live streams as well. So whom else will be in this upcoming horror film, Jessica? I don't even put together thumbnails. I just take a picture for the thumbnail each time I go live. For my vault entries, set of videos, I'll snapshot a couple images during the video where I think I look funny, or it's a funny picture, or basically the ones where I think I look I'm the best looking. I'll snapshot that specific moment. And then there's basic thumbnails like you see with this one, title, number. That's it, really. Not much to it. If it fits, it bakes. Says, haha, nice, mine. I just try and make look like a menu item sort of. They only take 20 to 30 minutes. See, I wouldn't have the patience for that. And most of my description is copy and paste. Yeah, that's handy, isn't it? I've set you can in fact, if you can go into your settings, you can actually do that manual upload script. If it fits, it bakes, and you can get. You won't even need to copy and paste anymore. Just put everything in that you want in for each and every future upload. You can do that. I'm still looking for people that want to be in my horror movie with me. Well, best of luck to that. It can be difficult getting guests to appear in YouTube videos. I've found over the years. I've not had many. I've had hardly any other people in my videos. I've been using Canva for fun. What is Canva? I'm not sure what that is. Sorry. I need to get a better computer before I can do much. It can't handle much when it comes to the world of YouTube, mostly just watching videos. I've never had the best equipment either, and all my edited videos are all been done, edited by a Windows Movie Maker. I'm very professional. Yep, it is, Amanda. It's oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, you go into I can't remember what it's, upload defaults. I think it's called. Can't remember what exactly section it's in, but I've done it recently where I've put all my YouTube links and stuff, and it's there for unless you change it. Of course, it's there forever for each and every future upload, and it's very handy. Grab yourself a coffee, and I'll be chatting for another half an hour, 40 minutes or so. If it fits, Bake says, do you need a younger? And I'm actually from Scotland. Even for many people, assuming you're talking to me, I don't think anybody in the chat's mentioned anything else, but a lot of people think I'm from Ireland. I've never actually been in Ireland, but I'm actually from Scotland. It is rather amusing. There's so many people that even the ones that are used to me still think, in fact, I was speaking to Adriana yesterday in private, and she says I sound sometimes Irish and a well-spoken Englishman sometimes. No one thinks I sound Scottish. It's funny. Jessica's from Texas. Amanda says I have Vegas. I've heard of that one. I've Vegas Movie Maker. It's from a stream site, pretty easy to use, but I'm not great with it. Learning. I mean, maybe a little bit like me. I'm still not great with technology. I just sort of do things and hope for the best sort of thing. And my patience is really running out with editing. It really is running out with editing. Amanda is from Canada. Now that's a place I'd love to visit, Canada. There's a few Canadians pop in here and always seem to have great banter. But I think that obviously the more you use it, you get into the habit of working these movie makers. But I'm not the best with technology. I haven't had a smartphone in years. Just recently got a PlayStation 4. You're half Scottish. We can trade. Oh, why not? Why not? Let's do with some new scenery. All right, man, I'm going to run and get back. You take. No problem. If it fits, it bakes. Welcome here anytime. And I'll try and catch you in one of your live streams or one of your non-live videos sometime. You take care, mate. Welcome here anytime. Like everybody else in this chat, it's so good to see Amanda. You've been a great support to me recently. Jessica, you're becoming pretty regular in here. Stephanie, great to see you again. It's one of the major pluses of going live since May is this community, a very loving, warming community has grown in here. This is great to see. Long may it continue. Like I said in last night's live stream, I'm not going to promise I'll be live every day or say it's never happening again. There'll be no guarantees this time. I'm learning from mistakes from last year. Well, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. When I am live, it's just going to be an hour and a half max. I think that's more than enough. There'll be no commercial breaks. All my attention is on news law unless I have a little bit of a topic. Stephanie thinks you PMDB, you're the bomb.com. I'll take this. It sounds like a great compliment to me. I love it. Very welcome here. And appreciate the thumbs up. Now, I've done this my 10th consecutive year in here. I've probably done every type of video I've wanted to do. I'm here. Like I went. I'm here for use law. I really am when I say that. No problem. Never need to be sorry. Won't be staying too long, but I'll hopefully see you around, Amanda. And you take care, Amanda. Appreciate you being here. Welcome here always. So I'll be staying another half an hour or so, Stephanie. And I will wrap things up before the hour and a half mark. I think that's long enough to be unproductive for. How's my live stream going? Sometimes there's this awful gremlin glitch that's in severe need of a stone cold stunner. In my lives, this gremlin glitch green thing wrecking havoc with my live streams. How's the live look? Well, if I'm online, Stephanie, I'll look out for it. It looks fine, just good. I mean, that gremlin glitch may return, but I think if it's on your phone, fine. It should be fine for every whatever technology people are using to view this. Sometimes I perhaps don't watch as much as I should. I was having this discussion with someone the other day, and I'm really more of a performer than a watcher. I really am. I when I'm in live streams, I do chat. I don't just lurk. I do chat when I am in live streams, but I feel more comfortable being the host and other like I feel much more comfortable doing this than being a participant in a live stream. You're on your cell phone too. Lol. I appreciate you taking time out to watch me, Jessica. Stephanie says, I'm so ready for school to be over. I get a month break after the final week of this class. How old are you again, if you don't mind me asking, Stephanie? 25. Well, hey, hope have you got any plans for your break? Or are you just going to be chilling out, Stephanie? 25, still very young. I can say that as a 31-year-old man. Still very young, Stephanie. I was 22 when I started YouTube. So long ago. I doubt it'll be. No, I'm going to tell you this right now. I won't be live again tonight. I can guarantee you that. I think arguably one video a day is enough for YouTube. You should perhaps concentrate on other things. Thank you, Jessica. I'm going to be playing video games and working on art. Probably doing some more live streams. Try and make some videos, Stephanie says. See, I recently got a PlayStation 4. Despite being so out of the loop with video games, I will play it more going forward since I have one now, but I'm so rusty with today's games. I got a wrestling game. I hated it. Well, I hated this wrestling game I hate. And there's a football game, Your Soccer. And I have a Sonic game. That was the best one out of the three. And I also ended up getting a Batman game too. Batman. Well, the games are through the house. Well, I remember your profile picture, Jessica, and you look young for your not that 30 years old or anything. You look young for your age. Stephanie, you look younger than I've seen you in videos before. You look younger than 25. And it's not me fishing for compliments to be returned or anything. I'm just stating facts. Yeah, but I've still not set up the whole online thing, Stephanie. But if we do end up having the same games, sure, I'd be quite happy to play online or play with you online. I think that'd be fun. But I haven't set up the whole online. I've used it 3 times on PlayStation 4 since Christmas. I hate the wrestling game. You see, I've got I've I mean, when I first joined YouTube, I looked very young, and up until 28 with the shorter hair, I think long hair makes me personally look older, even though I'm enjoying this long hair journey. However, I think when I last had my short hair, there's some photos out there, and sometimes I've met people on nights out, and they couldn't believe I was 28. They could not believe I was 28. I didn't know that, Jessica. I don't think you've ever mentioned that. Stephanie says, do you play any first-person shooters? Destiny is fun even if you suck at them. It has a bunch of different game modes, like story mode, and then a few others where you play with other people. It's funny you mentioned Destiny. I was talking with a girl who mentioned Destiny, and I had to Google what it was. That's how out of touch I am with today's games. I had to Google what Destiny was. I'm still not too sure what it is, but with you describing, even if you suck at it, it's a pretty good game. Maybe that's the type of game I need to buy because I'll be absolutely rubbish. A lot. Even the wrestling games, um, the controls for basic maneuvers in this wrestling game I've got are so cryptic. Oh, I don't think I'm ever going to like this wrestling game. Awful. WWE 2K19 sucks. Really does. It's too realistic because today's product sucks and it sucks too. So I guess it's realistic. Such a what a waste. Such all this roster of legends, apart from Hulk Hogan because he's banned from the game still. But they've got all this roster, very good roster of legends in the game, and all the up-to-date wrestlers, and then just the game sucks. I played with at New Year, had some people round, and we both just hated the game. Just hated the game. It wasn't. We played the Royal Rumble match type, the Elimination Chamber match type. It was just the controls are so cryptic. It was no fun. I lost count how many times I got knocked out of the Royal Rumble. I went on and on. I was just like, the best game I've played. So I haven't played the Batman game yet. I think it's Batman Arkham Knight. Thanks to the Batman game I've got. The best game I have played is the Sonic game, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like a mixture of his old games, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, when Sonic was really, really good. But it's got a bit of a twist in it too, a bit of a different storyline in it thrown in as well. So it's not like you're just playing the games. I wouldn't mind playing the old Sonic games again, but it's got a little bit of a twist as well. Let's see. Stephanie says, I only know what it is because of my boyfriend. I like it because you can play with your friends in the story mode as well as the other game modes. It's a lot of fun when you play it. Yeah, I agree. I think that's what makes games, that's what really made GoldenEye 64 just amazing back in its day, probably before your time, Stephanie. There was the whole multiplayer aspect, and games are definitely a lot better, even the bad ones, a lot better when you're playing alongside someone. My favorite game ever is for the Xbox, and it's called Alice Madness Returns. Epic title, but I feel like such a try not to swear here. I would have to Google that, Stephanie. You see all the games behind me. It's old PlayStation 2, old VHS stuff. I barely touch behind me here. I'm really out of touch with today's games. I did have a PlayStation 3, but most times I used it was to watch YouTube. Then it broke. I had a Nintendo 64 when I was younger. My dad brought out his Sega Genesis portable. I've got this here. I've still got them here. This is my first ever, or one of my first consoles. Ta-da! It still works. We called it the Sega Mega Drive. Uselot called it the Sega Genesis. This thing still works. Hey, went through 3 PlayStation 2s, a PlayStation 3, only ever had one Sega Mega Drive, and it still works. 27 years on, still works. 3 PlayStation 2s. Just saying. Just saying. There's the N64 sitting here too. Oh, and why not? I might as well pick up the old school, the original PlayStation. There you go. Collecting dust. Not to leave you out. That's awesome. My boyfriend had a PS2 and PS3 and PS4. I hate the Wii. I've got some Wii games behind them because my household bought a Wii. See, you're supposed to be, in my opinion, you're supposed to be lazy and chilling with games. The Wii makes you exercise. No. I don't want to. If I want to exercise, I'm not going to play a damn game. You know, I know a lot of people loved the Wii back in the day, but I hated it. See, I guess that has its bonus. I forgot I could do stuff like that playing GameCube games. My sister did have a GameCube for a time being. I never played with it much. Um, I remember Luigi's Mansion on it, and that looked pretty fun. I never played with the GameCube much. I still haven't played with the Xbox. I've never owned an Xbox. I've hardly played with an Xbox. Perhaps I have been missing out, but I've always been more. You're still here, just good. I'm glad. I must be doing something right. Thank you for keeping us company. Super Mario Sunshine. It was one of the games my sister got for the GameCube. He got that for his birthday. Now, that's a damn good game, if I remember right. Thank you, Jessica. I'm enjoying the chat with you, Stephanie, and appreciate you being here, Jessica. As I say, I'm hoping to talk about games, anything we can get away with on here. I'm up to talking about. I got my wrestling stuff out of the way with my Hogan stuff. So, open to talk about anything. Not sure when the next time I'll be live. I am definitely going to try and go with a less is more approach to live videos, to videos in general. Do you like horror games? I haven't owned much horror games, but I probably, if I did play horror games, I probably would really enjoy them. Any in particular that you'd recommend? Um, I always thought they should have made like I know they've made a Friday the 13th game now, but I would have definitely gotten a Halloween video game. Definitely. I know you can download Michael Myers and games now, but like an actual game, it would definitely got. You should check out the Friday the 13th. But yeah, it does look good. I've seen gameplay, even though I haven't been by no means the biggest Friday the 13th fan. However, the game for it does look really fun. Does look fun. Does look quite jumpy too. I've seen people play it. It's pretty fun looking. And for years, I was so behind, generation behind everybody else. Rarely used the PlayStation 3. But I'm up to date again. I am up to date again. You're not a horror. See, I guess that goes to show you don't even need to be a Friday the 13th fan or horror fan in general to appreciate these games. Sort of reminds me of GoldenEye 64. You didn't need to like James Bond at all, but you could appreciate how fun the game was. Same with some of the wrestling games. You don't need to like wrestling to appreciate how fun some of the wrestling games used to be. Gemma, who was in here earlier, you might know Gemma, Stephanie. She used to go by the name Gemma at its finest. Grace, she's been in Jeanette's live stream before. She suggested a wrestling themed channel. But the only problem with that, Stephanie, is I don't like today's WWE product, so that's a bit of a problem. I could watch old stuff and react and review, but be a bit of a problem not liking today's stuff. I couldn't sit through Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. I've got them both. I don't particularly like. Well, actually, that's a lie. I went to see both of them in a cinema. Stephanie says she couldn't sit through those movies, but I could sit through the original movie, and then go and see the new one. Probably a good thing. My boyfriend, yeah, my boyfriend loves those movies, folks. So I love the franchise. I've got them in order of best to worst in front of me right now. Halloween Resurrection, rubbish. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, next to rubbish. Curse, 5, 3, H2O, 2, original 2. But Rob Zombie's Halloween, I used to hate. But it's sort of grown on me over time. It's currently sitting on fourth spot of my, or third spot rather, of my favourite out of the original 10. Halloween 4, I like. And the original you mentioned, that's one of my favourite films of all time. The original, there's not much gore in the original. And I think that's generally one of the best horror films ever made. You might collapse in a minute, Stephanie. I've never seen one Harry Potter film. Not one. I've been told by numerous people I should have watched them. I should have been watching them years ago. I should read their books, but I've never watched one Harry Potter film. I've watched the Alice in Wonderland cartoon. I've not watched a new film. But as for Halloween's, I'd probably have the bond with your boyfriend because I've a lot of time. Halloween is my favourite film franchise. I was disappointed with the film last year, even though I thought Jamie Lee Curtis was very good in it. And I love Dr. Loomis, played by Donald Pleasance in the first 5 Michael Myers films. And because of Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis, I've always had a soft spot for the Halloween movies. But I've not. Maybe Stephanie has collapsed. I've not watched one Harry Potter film. And to be fair, folks, not because there's nothing wrong with that. I read each Harry Potter book 20 times. He must have liked them then. He must have liked them. And Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite books. I blame it for my love of puns, Stephanie says. Jessica R says, lol, have you watched the Harry Potters, Jessica? But it's not really Harry Potter. I've never watched any of the Lord of the Rings, Fast and the Furious. I've rarely seen any of the Marvel films that are very popular. I've owned Star Wars Episode 7 for nearly 2 years now. It's still not been taken out of its box. I've never been bored enough to sit through Star Wars Episode 7. I've owned it for nearly 2 years. Yeah, that's like me, Stephanie. In regards to Lord of the Rings, Jessica R says she used to watch the Harry Potter movies. In regards to Lord of the Rings, when I hear it's got a 3-hour runtime, no, like it's got to be the best film. In fact, no, I couldn't sit through 3 hours of anything. I think 3 hours of anything, film wise, God forbid, wrestling wise, is too much. Too much. And it just doesn't draw me in, Lord of the Rings. I've seen the first 3, the original 3 Star Wars. I own the original 3 Star Wars films. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, though. I don't get the hype. I went to see episode 1, which gets bashed a lot. I went to see it 20 years ago now, since that film was released, 1999. I really enjoyed the fight scene with Darth Maul and the other two characters. Their name escapes me. Attack of the Clones I thought was garbage. Went to see that with my school. And then I went to see episode 3 in the cinema. Didn't think much of it either. I've not watched those prequels since. I own one Disney film, Star Wars Disney film. Still not opened it. Still not been bored enough to watch it. I've heard so much bad things about these Disney films as well. Like apparently there's a lot of political agenda in them being forced upon. Just make a damn good film. I think a lot of people, like myself, just want to escape the crazy real life world. We don't want to be bombarded with political agenda, regardless if you're in the left, right, in between. I want, when I'm watching a film, I want some escapism. Never seen Guardians of the Galaxy, but I do know the wrestler Batista is in both of those movies. I've heard the original Guardians of the Galaxy film is very good. If it's not got James Bond in it, Batman, or Michael Myers, there's a good chance I've not seen this film in the last 15 years of cinema. I go to the cinema maybe once a year. Last year's Halloween, I was so hyped about that Halloween film, first Halloween since Rob Zombie's garbage. 9 years in the making, 40 years after the original, had homages to all the films, even Rob Zombie's nonsense. And I walked out of cinema and thought, that was not really good. That was not that good. And I'm a Halloween fan. It seemed in the Halloween community, there's Halloween fans that love the new film, and there's Halloween fans that just can't stand it. You're like one or the other, it seems. And right now, I can't. I think it's the more I think about it. I've only seen it the once, to be fair, but the more I think about the new Halloween film, the more I think that was not a good film. That was not a well-made film. It's one. Why am I singing? Sometimes I've got an urge to sing people's comments. It's one of my favorite movies, and I get that. I used to be obsessed with Will Smith and all of his movies. I'm still a fan. To see push out the political agendas in his films. Unchained Melody, I start to sing and she pops up. Welcome. I've got Jessica R still here and Stephanie here as well. Been discussing films and games. It's been a great chat. I'm only going to be staying on another 12 minutes or so, folks. Then I'm going to wrap things up. I'm not sure when I will make another live stream. I'm not promising anything. I'm not promising live streams daily. I felt an urge to talk about Hulk Hogan tonight, so I talked about Hulk Hogan tonight. How are you? I'm doing good, Unchained Melody. And if I'm online, this goes for everybody. I will try and sometimes I don't leave comments or don't join in other people's live streams, but if I am online and it's, it has been a fun stream. I wasn't sure. I was thinking yesterday's stream was going better at the start, but I think this one, I'm going to say it, thanks to Stephanie, has turned into a pretty damn good stream. I've had some good chat about old games and old films, and Jessica R's becoming a regular. What the paranormal? Hey, they're stopping in to say hi. I'm at work. Hit that like. Oh, you don't need to do that. I appreciate that. If you do generally enjoy these videos, do hit that, smash that like button, as Gemma says. Very much appreciate that. How are you? What the paranormal? I haven't seen you in here for a while. I am good. Going live tonight. Oh, nice one. Like I say, I was saying to Stephanie earlier, sometimes I'm not participating so much in people's live streams. as sometimes in the past. But if I'm about and if I'm in the mood to watch YouTube, I will try and catch this live or catch one of your non-live videos. I promise you. What the paranormal says, just doing good, busy working a lot. Hope 2019 so far has been good for you all in here. Jessica says, hi, what the paranormal. I've joined a few of your streams in the past. Be staying on here another 10 minutes and I'm going to tap out of this live stream, wrap it up. I'm not, like I say, I'm not promising anything, but my live streams will happen if they happen, sort of thing. And I'm still going through all my old video clips and putting together this gigantic vault series that people may have seen, where I combine all my video appearances into numerous videos. Some of them have worked out better than others, but it's like many trailers I'm throwing out of how I've been over the years and what type of videos I've done. It was fantastic seeing you in here, Unchained Melody. Stephanie says, I got a new laptop finally, my other one that one of the screws were falling out and the springs popping off. Yeah. I think that because if you say I'm going to do it a week from today or every Monday or every Friday, I'm not that type of person that sticks to schedules. So schedules scrapped. No promises. Never. I'm not going to come on here and say, "Oh, this is the last video ever." No, that gimmick can remain in the past. But no promises. Just going to come on, like Unchained Melody says, when you feel like it, when you're in the right frame of mind and you feel you've got an urge to talk about something. Yeah, I'm the same. I'd love to have a schedule. I'd love to be like a TV schedule and say every Monday night, Raw, it's going to be PMDB live streaming Raw. Every Friday night, we're going to get a vote. No, I'm hopeless. I haven't. It's not really the pressure. Unchained Melody. It's more to me. It's more like I don't have the patience to wait until Pacific days to upload or live. You know what I mean? I wish there was like that and had a schedule, a nice, comfy, cozy schedule. Every Monday night live, every Friday night another Vault entry, every Wednesday night I talk about how garbage the wrestling is today. I'd love to have a schedule, but I'm not made for schedules. And it seems like people in here are relating to that. I'm trying to have a daily video schedule, but it's not. It's there was times in 2016 and times before 2018 that I did struggle to. I wanted to be more regular and daily uploads, but I couldn't do it back then. Just sometimes just have nothing to talk about. Or sometimes you got to be in the right mindset. I mean, I've uploaded it's my second video appearance, second live one, and the rest have been vault entries. I think people who have been watching those have enjoyed those, seen me from yesteryear. Don't put too much. I might have to abruptly leave soon. My neighbors get a bit noisy with their music. YouTube doesn't like music, so I have to abruptly leave soon. But I was going to abruptly leave anyway. But just in case you wonder where I am, this is turning into an ASMR video now, isn't it? Anyways, don't put too much pressure on yourself, Unchained Melody. Try doing weekly first and then work up. That's a good advice from Stephanie. We'll be going soon or abruptly leaving soon. Paul ASMR. I'm not sure if I'd be too good at those. I enjoy watching those videos, but I'm not sure if it'd be too. I can't imagine people being chilled out at the sound of my voice. What's another plus about these live streams on Chain Melody is I've got mental health problems. I've had my battles with depression, so on and so forth. And one of the good things that's happened with going live and stuff is people have been identifying with each other and helping each other out. That's what it turns into my live streams in the past. It's, we help when I'm in a bad mood. I've came on here and you guys really cheered me up, and it's been all relatable. Long may that continue. Anybody else got noisy neighbors? What joy they are. What joy they are. The joys of. I miss Stephanie's comment. She says, Melody, I feel that I struggle with some similar things. Maybe it's time for a group hug, guys. Ladies, rather. But that's one of the pluses, major pluses, is, you guys have helped me out, and we've been able to relate and build each other up sometimes. It's been great. Stephanie says it's all good. We all have our demons we have to battle. I think that is true, Stephanie. We're still in here in our 3 minutes or so, and I'm going to wrap things up. In the hour and a half mark, I'm going to tap out this live stream. Not sure what I'm going to be up to the rest of the night. You made your mum laugh. What, just now? How did you do that now, Jessica? My next video will probably be another Vault entry. In fact, I know what a particular appearance that will be coming up. I am going to show every video appearance I've made, but there's some videos out there where I've not been wearing enough clothes, or had music in the background, or stuff I've said in the past that I wouldn't feel too comfortable uploading now. Because remember, in 2010, it was like the Wild West days. I didn't think about political correctness in 2010. I didn't think about, I should be wearing more clothes than this. I was never naked. Thank God. Thank them. Thank God I was never naked. I would never do that. But there's videos out there where I'm just wearing my boxers and young and stupid. But I am going, there's a video coming up and next Vault series, and I think it's going to be a very short clip. Let's just say. But oh me. Hey, you take care, Stephanie. I'm just about to wrap things up to you. I really appreciate the chat and banter we've had in here, and I hope to see you around, whether that's my live stream, your live stream, or somebody else's live stream. Look out for me, Stephanie. Jessica, you've been great company. Right. So the next video will probably be a Vault entry after this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be live again. Perhaps when I watch the Royal Rumble, that's when I'll next be live with my reactions. Thank you, Stephanie. You take care now. So, yeah, this is where I'm going to wrap things up in this specific live stream. My second video appearance of the year, second live video. Hope everybody takes care. God bless you all. Yeah. Love you all and take care.